Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to give you my sincerest apologies for missing posting videos yesterday, as I have some priorities I had to take care of in my personal life. But we're right back on it with some important news I have to catch up on, because oh baby, have bombshells been dropping left and right. But first, I want to refer you to alux.com, a YouTube channel I've been recommending all of you follow, for tips on wealth building, entrepreneurship, and how to prepare to become the new 1%. They posted a video called 15 Predictions for 2024. And just to name off a few, prices will continue to climb. The realization that you've been overspending hits you hard. Politics will be everywhere. Businesses will run towards efficiency and automation to save money. The war on cash begins in crypto is back in the news. Generation Alpha will come online. AI will become a serious legal matter. The transfer of wealth begins to take place, and an increased focus on health will be a priority. And guys, the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because we're moving to a time where we are transitioning from being brokies and holding on to XRP for years without it moving to new all-time highs, to now becoming the new 1% as XRP reaches price discovery, has passed the lawsuit, and will now be participating in this bull run without price suppression. Everybody knows about Ripple and XRP, and the court case ultimately served as a big promotion to the traditional financial markets. As soon as the court case is 110% clarified and there is regulatory clarity in the legal front with the remaining aspects of the Ripple case, all doors will be open to Ripple and XRP. And Tony from Thinking Crypto dropped a bomb with this one, with Jeff Safar, ETF research analyst at Bloomberg.
I believe he was on Bloomberg. Stephen McClurg, Valkyrie Chief Investment Officer, he made a statement that, look, after this Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, later down the line, we could see an Ethereum or a XRP ETF. Do you think that happens sometime later this year, given that we're headed into that bull market?
I knew this question was coming from you because we always talk about this. Look, I think so I've been telling everyone the way I view it is Bitcoin and Ethereum are off on a pedestal on their own for possibly getting approved this year. The only remote possibility would, I guess, be XRP, but I think that's not happening this year because unless the court case is completely done, right? They're still challenging this in court, right? It's not completely done. The SEC is literally fighting against Ripple in court. So, and not to mention, part of the reason why I think we'll get Ethereum and why I think we're getting Bitcoin, hopefully that tweet doesn't change anything, and why I think we're getting Ethereum is that we have futures already trading on the CME that are regulated by the CFTC, which is a regulated market. And then we have the futures ETFs, which also are kind of like pushing this thing along as well. So we don't have any of that for Ripple. So like I would take like way under on 2024, maybe 2025, but we get regulatory clarity out of the courts on how XRP or Ripple is going to be handled. But yeah, I think no shot in 2024 personally, but I guess crazier things are happening. I haven't, to be honest, been paying super close attention to what's going on that front. But what I've been saying for the most part is anything other than Bitcoin or Ethereum, we likely need a little act of Congress or like a change of administration or some serious big time court decision to get these things across the line, to get any other sort of asset class or digital asset into a Bitcoin wrapper or into an ETF wrapper. Geez, I'm sorry.
No, great point. And I remember you mentioned that usually the process has been the futures get approved first, then. So that's a great point. I remember you mentioned that last time.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason this is so exciting for every single one of you is because the onslaught that will be the XRP ecosystem is coming online. Full throttle. All tides will rise with Ripple and XRP adoption, and with full-blown legal clarity once this case is fully done with around March, April. Oh my Lanta. Is the sky truly gonna be the limit? I 100% believe so. And yesterday, powerful news broke that Google Cloud joined Flare Network as a validator. This was a monstrous partnership. Google Cloud hosting Flare API on their marketplace is different from Google Cloud providing infrastructure services for the Flare network itself. It's very separate and very different announcement years apart. This right here, my friends, is massive. And for those of you that had not been paying attention to everything I've been looking to discuss in regards to the Flare network, I told you about the airdrop to get in. Get your wallets ready. Get your exchanges prepared. Continue to buy at a penny. And I had continuously told my OnlyFans community and my YouTube communities to buy it up time and time and time and time again over the last year, especially at the sub 1 cent lows. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been taking full advantage of the Flare network, you would have gotten your free airdrop, meaning there is zero risk to participating in the Flare network. Then, you would have also been able to get your free Songbird, which if you sold at the peak was a 50-cent Songbird price. And even if you didn't, it still is a solid project long term. Flare gives you monthly rewards, I believe around 10%, something like that. And if you compound those rewards every single month, oh my goodness, you'd be laughing to the bank, as those of you that have been doing this already know. And if you don't know, now you know. But if you need to know more, I'm gonna play you yet another clip from Tony at Thinking Crypto, with a recent interview he had with the CEO of Flare, Hugo Filion. And if you aren't doing so already, please follow Tony, as he has some of the best interviews in the entire crypto space.
Let's talk a bit about the crypto market at large. Of course, ETFs are going live today, trading. What are your thoughts stepping back and looking at this, that crypto seems to be going mainstream? You have Wall Street adoption. What does this mean for the broader industry, with Flare and other projects and things along those lines?
So I've been trying to think that through for a while. The question is, we've built digital money for a digital age. Why do we even care about Wall Street? It's what the whole industry is doing is it's unbundling Wall Street. It's, to borrow a tremendously awful phrase from Silicon Valley, it's disrupting Wall Street. My guess is in 10 to 20 years' time, maybe sooner, hopefully sooner, the business models of the large financial corporations will be completely destroyed by DeFi and CeFi on blockchains. Because we don't need, as a class, as a group of people, we don't need a class of people in the middle to just leech money out of us through excessive fees, massively long waiting times. So I think over the longer term, blockchain is a disruption through technological innovation. I do believe that finance will be heavily disrupted by it. And I do believe that many, many types of existing business model, especially bundled data models, which silo data, hoard it for themselves, your data. I think when a better technology comes along, ultimately it takes time for it to be used because it takes time for it to be useful. But because it's cheaper and because it's faster, and even if with all the scaling issues in the industry, frankly, it's still easier to send dollars to someone on a blockchain than it is through a bank. Oh, yeah. And it will be easier to control your data in the future. It will be easier to get a machine learning model built through a decentralized system in the future. I think the whole point of what we're doing as an industry is to disintermediate the centralizing factors that needed to exist because we were not technologically advanced enough to be able to have trustless peer-to-peer cash.
Now, guys, let me make something abundantly clear. I'm very well aware that a good number of you don't give a solitary fuck about tech. It's above your head. You don't really care. You just want profits and price to go up. I get it. That is the exciting part of crypto. However, what you all need to realize is, as Brad Garlinghouse stated, 2024 is going to be big. The Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is going to be discussing with the CFTC Commissioner Caroline Pham numerous crossroads for crypto and future-proofing digital assets at Davos at the World Economic Forum. Davos is where all the lizard people come and decide the agendas that will rule over us. But what Hugo just stated in that clip is profound. We in the digital asset space can disrupt Wall Street and the entire planet. I don't understand why people now in the maxi community, the Bitcoin maxi community, are cheering on BlackRock, cheering on ARK, cheering on all these Wall Street companies and instruments, frankly, when I thought their ideal was to decentralize the monetary system. I guess it doesn't matter when they pump your bags, huh? You see, what the maxis actually cheered for is for the complete disruption of crypto with a Bitcoin ETF. At least be principled. I've always been honest as a content creator with every single one of you. I chose XRP because I believe it will help with the CBDC future interoperability of the new financial system. I've always believed that Ripple and XRP will help bring on regulation and be compliant with the new rules coming into place. Here at Davos, they're talking crypto regulations in 2024. MiCA in Europe, Coinbase and Ripple have a hub in Ireland. Regulation already exists in Japan, Singapore, Dubai, Switzerland, big financial centers that Ripple has big bases in. And they state here in Davos that they're optimistic the US jumps into this and gets it right. That's a different sentiment than we've had over the years. And I think once America gets on board, the floodgates to generational wealth from crypto will open.
Is a regulator that gets it most? I don't know if there's one.
Well, there's not one in particular, but what you see is now 80% of the G20 countries have crypto regulation. So MiCA is a great example in Europe. We announced that we'll be putting our MiCA hub in Ireland. And MiCA is a great regulation that's custom to crypto, but you see that in Japan, you see that in Singapore, you see that in many countries around the world, big financial centers. And so we're optimistic the US jumps into this and gets this right, but we're definitely seeing a lot of thoughtful regulation in many countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lizard talk is in full effect in Davos 2024. Brad Garlinghouse has spoken and will continue to speak, and we'll be breaking that down and more in our next episode of this aggressively average content. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cap off this video for today with the first step of full-blown legal clarity for crypto in the United States, this BlackRock Bitcoin ETF and other ETFs being approved. Here, this is a Bitcoin ETF commercial sponsored by BlackRock. And ladies and gentlemen, can you dig it? The boomers are coming. BlackRock has the solutions. And every single one of us will benefit handsomely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Digital asset adoption has significantly accelerated over the past decade, with profound implications for the future of finance. Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency to gain global adoption and has continued to maintain its dominance despite thousands of others coming into existence. You might have noticed Bitcoin make its way into our everyday lives, from Bitcoin ATMs to various merchants accepting Bitcoin as payment, further driving interest in what the future holds for the cryptocurrency. Investors have taken notice, as institutions and individual investors alike have been adopting Bitcoin into their investment portfolios, with some viewing it as a potential store of value and others as a potential game changer in how money moves around the world. But for many investors, holding Bitcoin directly can be complex. That's why we launched IBIT, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, an ETF that provides investors convenient exposure to Bitcoin. Here are 3 things to know about IBIT. Access. IBIT enables investors to access Bitcoin within a traditional brokerage account, just like stocks, bonds, and other ETFs. Convenience. IBIT can help remove operational burdens associated with trading and holding Bitcoin directly, as well as potentially high trading costs and tax reporting complexities. Quality. IBIT is built by BlackRock, a leading ETF firm with expertise across ETFs and a history of innovation. It is a new day for Bitcoin. Access IBIT through your online brokerage or discuss with your financial planner to find out how IBIT can fit into your portfolio.